Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for being with us today. We have such an exciting show. And so as we let some of the people come on board, I just want to welcome the whole Storyrocket community in the US and also around the world. For those who don't know me, I'm Anna Benitez. I'm an Emmy Awarded winning producer, but more than that, I am the co-founder of Storyrocket. And for those of you who are tuning in today for your first time and haven't heard of Storyrocket, really a big welcome. And we are a global platform that connects writers with producers around the world. So the whole thing is, if you have a script, if you have a book, if you have a manuscript, anything that you have that's written and can be produced into television, web series, anything like that, that's what goes on Storyrocket. So we have a great show. But we're going to start with something, and it's a quote that I love, and that's going to kind of set the tone for today. And the quote is from Les Brown. And he says, if you set goals and go after them with all the determination you can muster, your gifts will take you places that will amaze you. And, you know, that is so true. And I think at the end of the day, determination and goals will get you really, really far. But I'm not here alone. I have an amazing co-host, and she is Danielle Van. And I want to talk to Danielle already. I miss her. So, Danielle, are you there?
I am here. How are you today?
You know, I'm doing great. Last week we were in New York, and we were meeting with some great people, the people from Bowker, who people know them as the ISBN company, right? Every book, every professional book has an ISBN number. They're one of our partners who were meeting with them. And also we were at a great press conference that you guys will hear more about that later. But I want to know about you. How's your authoring coming?
Oh my gosh. Well, that all sounds exciting with Bowker. I'm so excited. I know we've had some conversations about what's happening behind the scenes, and I look forward to sharing that with the community that we're building here. As far as I am concerned, you're right. I am writing a new book. It is my 7th. And it's a different tone for me. Self-help, sort of memoir, and moving through telling your own story. So it's a very exciting process. It's a long process, a little different than fiction, but it's still an amazing movement. And I love the quote that you put up, because we talk about this all the time, about showing up. And that's what we're here to do for our community today, right?
Yes. So we have a little saying today: goals plus determination equals success.
Right.
And, you know, the other day, Lady Gaga, who won an Oscar, she says, you know, I've worked so hard. I really worked very hard for what I've earned today. And I know the people that are with us today, they're a testament to that. Both Kiki and Brian, they've been working it so hard. And I know that their prize is just down, you know, very close.
It's right there. It's right there.
It's right there. So before we go to the first interview, which is actually Kiki, I want to say hello to our international members, and we don't forget you guys. In fact, the reason we're doing today, this is early, is to allow international members to come in live, and also they will get it as a video later.
Right, and we're going to be catering to them sooner too, right? Because we are going to try to bring on some more international interviews as well. So 2 o'clock today for you as far as Central Time, and allow you to log on. So if you are watching internationally or even in the United States, please make sure that you give us a thumbs up or something on those comments so that we know you're here.
Thank you, Danielle. So before we go on, we have 2 special pictures that I want to show. So let's go down to our community, and this is Fiona Sitkin, and Fiona is an amazing woman. She's from the Ukraine. She's an author. She has 2 PhDs. She's amazing, and she wrote this book, How They Made It in America, and she wants to see it as a series of interviews with important women who have made it in America, and they're all immigrants. And in this book, she writes about, she does an interview with Ivana Trump. She does an interview with with Notori, the brand, Josie Notori, with the global brand Notori, also on a novella, and writer Isabella Allende. She's got amazing women in that. She offers great advice and also the mindset that is necessary to win. This is a great book. Friday is Women International Day. I'm going to do a great shout out to Fiona. Also, she is a one of the people that allowed us to actually be known nationally, internationally through Huffington Post. She actually met us at BEA a couple of years ago, and she said, "Anna, I love your story. I love what you're doing. I want to write an article about you on Storyrocket." And I was floored. I was like, "Thank you so much, Fiona." So that's Fiona. The second person, you know him, you said to me today.
I do. I actually do. I know Kenny. Yeah.
And his name is Kenny Shumbley. He reached out to us to let us know that his script that's on Storyrocket, which is based on a forgotten Dickens story, which is called The Goblins and the Gravediggers, has gotten the interest of a film studio in Hollywood, the Dickens Festival in San Francisco, and the Irish National Public Radio for a radio play. So a big shout out to Kenny.
Yes.
Hopefully we'll have him one day doing an interview as well. Here he is getting one of the awards that you talked about.
Yeah. And you know what? He's
Literary
really
plastic.
Yes. Yeah. And that's a fantastic organization as well. And one of the things that he isn't even mentioning as well is that several of his other works have actually shown up on the stage as well. So he's really making big strides in his community and globally as well. A great member for us to have.
And yes. So a big shout out to Kenny. Kenny, thank you for getting in touch with us. Those that know Storyrocket know that we do not get in the middle of a deal. We don't take a percentage of anything. So at the end of the day, you need to tell us the success stories that you're having, because otherwise there's no way for us to find out. So thank you, Kenny, for reaching out. That is so encouraging for a lot of people. So I know we're going to hear a lot more from these two amazing writers in our community.
Yes.
So next up, we're going to get ready for someone that I truly love. She's worked Hollywood so hard. I think she's one of the hardest working people in Hollywood, actually. I want to welcome a friend, a producer, a writer, funny lady, Kiki Melendez. So let's bring Kiki on board.
Hello.
She's got lots of exciting stuff to tell us about. There she is.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
You ladies are looking good.
So are you.
So do you, Kiki. So I was saying that you're one of the hardest working comedians in the industry. People might know you from.
Can you tell my husband
that? We just did.
So funny. Well, people might know her from her docufilm Journey of a Female Comic, and where she actually talks about the whole process of making it. As a comedian in a men's world, I guess. So those of you that might have seen Kiki on Journey of the Female Comic, they might know her from there. But she's also an executive producer. She's produced many things, and now she's also the founder of the Omnicultural TV Fest, which Storyrocket is a sponsor of, and that's what we want to talk to you about today.
That's amazing.
A really great opportunity for both of us. I think Storyrocket is going to be right there in the forefront with us, opening doors for emerging producers in one day, May 1st at the Egyptian Theater. We are going to have a lot of industry people, thanks to the partnership we have with NATSP, the National Association of Television Program Executives, and the Women in Film. So this is going to be like everyone that can help you is going to be there. And it took me 10 years to meet all these people, and they're all going to be there in one day.
Look at all those connections.
Amazing. Last Friday, we were in New York City. So she was presenting the Omnicultural Fest to New York. And it was a huge turnout. There we see Kiki at the press conference. We had over 400 people, standing room only. It was really a wonderful event. We had there part of your Blue Ribbon Committee from CBS. We had Women in Film. We had all sorts of people. That was like really.
We had, and my team, shout out to Julia Carrias Linares and Maylene Macias Toro. They did an amazing job. And Ana Pichardo, Petty, Garcia, Armando Guerrero. I have this entire team in New York, and they are so committed and so amazing. And I'm so grateful. It was one of the most amazing nights because New York is my hometown, and I love it when I go there and I get such a great response. We had 350 people there.
Wow.
And that was,
like I said, That's amazing. And a good, like you said, shout out to Julia and Maylene for doing such a wonderful job. I want to talk to you about you and your board and the influential people that are there, because I think one of the things that I love about this project is that it gives everyday writers and producer a chance to actually rub elbows with the pros of the industry, the best of the best.
Right.
I know that your co-founder, you are the founder, the co-founder, Cindy Cohen, which has immense credentials.
Right.
And so,
Probably
you
like
know,
one of the top female producers in Hollywood. Like, honestly, she has to be top 4 or something, you know? So this is amazing that, you know, she took this project under her wing too, and is helping me, you know, with bringing in people. Like we're really right now going to be awarding people like Ben Silverman, Peter Engel, like the biggest names in television, people that make history on television. And then she, as soon as I told her about it, she was like, oh my God, I love this. This is amazing. And she doesn't need any of this. You know, she's a very successful producer, but she thought it was such a great idea. And she's like, this is going to be huge. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so, like, you know, for someone like her to say it, I'm like, okay, I'm on the right track, you know, not to mention NATP.
exactly. This is a NAPTE sanctioned event. And for those of you who don't know NAPTE, the National Association of Professional Television Executives, they have an annual convention. It actually happens here in Miami every year, where all the TV executives from Netflix, from Hulu, from CBS, ABC, you name it, from around the world, they come here. It's $1,500 to get in. And if you are so lucky to have the $1,500, buy your way into Miami and get into that, they don't hobnob like that, because it's not meant to be. It's a very professional type of movement. So, you know, for NAPTE to sanction something like this, which is really creating the new rising stars of tomorrow, I think this is great. I want you to talk to people about.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I just got confirmation from NATP that the winners of our festival in the different categories are going to get a 3-day NATP convention pass.
Oh, wow.
And also, God willing, they said I had to put if space is available, but they said it's pretty much done. But we're also going to have the Omnicultural Winners panel, where all the winners of our festival will be shown at NATP, which is like, they never do that much visual presentation. So this is awesome that we're going to be able to show all the winners of the Omnicultural TV Fest at NATP Miami for all the other people that go to NATP. So on top of the fact that you get an opportunity at our event, there's also going to be an opportunity to be seen at NATP.
That is really, really awesome. Kiki, so for people that want to go, how much is a day ticket? It's a full day event. And when I'm telling you full day, it's from 9 o'clock in the morning to midnight. Is that correct?
Yes, it's going to be an all-day event. We're going to have, we start at 9 a.m. and it's going to go on, you know, all day, 9 a.m. panels. You know, we're going to have oh my God, this is great for you guys, an exclusive. Okay, you know, rapid dating. We're going to have rapid pitching session.
I love it. I love it. That's up our alley. And you're going to see someone, a great writer, pitch today. His sci-fi material, which is awesome. Also, Kiki and I have been talking, because in order to be in the contest, in the festival, you have to have a sizzler wheel, which is very different than
not a sizzler, a sizzle.
A sizzle reel, I'm sorry. Which is very different than a book trailer.
I think you're hungry, Anna, okay? You're thinking about
I am. How do you know I didn't eat lunch? And it's 3 o'clock my time. But instead we have book trailers.
Yes, we have everything. Like, for example, we have our buddy. I want to give a shout out to Deborah Castillero. She has an awesome little project called Tippy Tom. And Tippy Tom teaches kids about bilingual and learning second languages. Isn't that cool? So we have everything. We're going to have educational, children's animation, anything that we can see on television will be included in this festival.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
That is so. There's so much opportunity even for writers of children's books and so forth. So the other thing I wanted you to do was give us a shout out, please, before we leave you. What do people have to do? Where do they go? How much does it cost?
Okay.
Let us know from the end.
Let's start from the beginning. If you have a sizzle reel that you feel is a television series, show, drama, movie of the week, documentary, anything that you have, all you need to do is go to Film Freeway or go to our website, www.omniculturaltvfest.com. It'll take you to the submit button, submit your material, because you only have it's submission, I think, is closed at next Wednesday. So you have like 5 days to get your material in. It's $99, which is nothing considering that it gives you this opportunity to come to Hollywood. The next step is that you also can buy tickets. Like if you don't have your project ready this year, we're going to be doing this in New York. We're going to be doing this every year. So come to the event. You can buy your tickets through Facebook. You could buy it pretty much, on Film Freeway, Eventbrite, Tick Social. Get a ticket, support the Omni Cultural TV Fest.
And the tickets are $75 just to come in and just be at all the workout sessions, meet people, cocktails, all of that. That's $75. And the VIP, I believe, is $125. Is that correct?
Correct. The VIP, so you can hobnob with the celebrities, is $125.
I love it. That's, it's value again. And like I said, we want you to get there with the best, the least amount of money and the least amount of pain. That's what we said, that, that's our kind of like our offer to everyone. Let's get you to Hollywood with the least amount of money and least amount of pain. I love it. Thank you, Kiki. I so forward look to being there May 1st.
Yes.
And you know what, Kiki, we do something. We don't send kisses here. I know you're Kiki Kiss, but we do Story Rocket Love. This is a rocket and a heart. Rocket and heart. So Kiki, Story Rocket Love to you. We love you so much. Thank you. I hope people are getting excited about this and are planning. Right now tickets are cheap to get to LA. Get yourself out there. There's no better way to hobnob with these people. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Love you. And thank you for supporting us, Story Rocket.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Thank you.
So now, my friend,
that was amazing, huh?
That was amazing. Yeah. So we have now one of our very own. By the way, Kiki's on Story Rocket. We're
right.
All of these people are on Story Rocket. So
that's so important to point out. We were talking about that this week. Is that even though you guys are the founder, you and Ron, you are on there. You have material on there. I have material on there. That's the whole point. We want to build a community that we're actively involved in as well. So this guy is going to be a great guy because he also is a part of the community, right?
And we are talking about sci-fi author Brian Fitzpatrick. And he's also one guy that has worked it hard. I was talking to him and he was saying, Anna, he lives in Anaheim, California. So he's really right in the mix of everything. Mm-hmm. And he was telling me it's not easy. And I've been at it for 20 years, but let's bring him on.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see. Here he comes.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, Brian, how are you?
Great. Nice to see you. Okay, officially, Kiki is my spirit animal now. That is energy, and she's all energy and excitement.
Yes, so you're going to log on and get your ticket. You're right there, right?
Oh yeah. It's a short drive.
And we're going to be there. I'm going to personally be hosting one of the breakout sessions on screenwriting. And we're also going to have a booth. So I do look forward to anyone that's a Story Rocket member. You guys make it out there. I look forward to seeing you, shaking your hands, giving you Story Rocket love, and taking some pictures. So let's talk about your project.
Yes,
oh, great.
And it's right behind you, right? So let's talk about that. Yeah, there it is. You guys, first and foremost, let's talk about how great the marketing is just for him to be at the start, right? But you kind of have a different type of sci-fi. So give us the title and a little bit about your book.
Okay, great. My title is Mechcraft, and it's the story of a teenager whose life is turned upside down and hunted by relentless enemies when he discovers he's got a strange nanotech ability embedded in his DNA that he can manifest in the form of like liquid metal and summon it forth and create objects and weapons and things like that. And people want him for that because there's a secret war between factions in Los Angeles of other users of this ability. It's basically, in a nutshell, it's the Matrix meets Harry Potter.
That's what I actually read. You had that on your profile. And so, of course, that made me think, so a little bit of magic, a little bit of sci-fi, which sounds like a great series or book for everyone. And so what is your age range as far as who are your readers?
You know, my target originally was going to be the 15 to maybe 30-year-olds. But as the sales have come in for the book, I'm getting 11 to 65-year-olds. I mean, the range has gone completely out of range of what I thought.
Okay, very good.
But the target is basically the book is your next summer blockbuster in a novel. That's the mindset that I have with this story.
And you came to writing the story a little different than most, right? You were really intending on it to being something other than a book.
Correct. I've been a screenwriter for about the last 15, 20 years. Came close to some sales, haven't quite got there yet, but you know, perseverance is the name of this game. Yeah. And Mechcraft was a screenplay, and it placed in the quarterfinals in 3 of the big Hollywood contests. And I've got some traction with it, but no sales. Nobody was biting on it yet. So a good friend of mine in the industry said, hey, just convert it to a novel, publish it yourself, build that audience, and those same studios will come crawling to you. So I reluctantly, I fought kicking and screaming because the last thing I wanted to do, I just spent 3 years on this screenplay. The last thing I wanted to do is, you know, convert it and start all over. But I'm so glad I did, because I was able to expand the characters, add more scenes, add more characters, get into the minds of the characters, which you can't do in a screenplay. And now I've got this is the first book in a trilogy and a whole franchise I've got built out for it.
So
talk to us a little bit about promotion, because I think one of the things that I love about you is the way you're promoting, and you're basically promoting anyway. You're not only promoting on Storyrocket, you're promoting on Goodreads. I mean, you've got your banner behind you.
Yes.
I had a real trial by fire. My publisher is a hybrid, it's called Inkshares. And the way they work it is the author submits their page and gets pre-orders for their book. And once a threshold of money is earned off the pre-orders, then Inkshares takes that money and professionally publishes your book in a traditional. So having an author rack up, you know, getting 250 plus people to pre-order a book they're not going to have in their hands for 2 years, it was no easy task. And I really had to learn through a lot of grit and frustration and excitement how to market in every way I could possibly market. Be it, you know, the usual business cards and bookmarks, but I also created postcards that have a QR code, and the QR code links them right to the page. Various things like that. The banner behind me, tables at conventions, you name it. In fact, my latest thing that I'm doing, there's some pictures. that was actually my launch party. We had a huge launch party. My wife put it together. We ended up having 126 people show up. The band that I mentioned in chapter 1 showed up and played a set for us. We had a nacho bar, a taco bar, and then a friend of mine, Crystal, surprised me with this giant cake. I mean, it ended up earning its own hashtag on Twitter. It was hashtag #MetCake. But that was a great night. But my latest endeavor is a workshop, because I believe in paying it forward, and I've learned so much in the marketing of this book. I really want to help other authors avoid some of the pitfalls and maybe learn a little bit about what I had to go through, and they can maybe avoid some of the stuff that I did. So I've been giving this workshop most of the time for free. Sometimes I have to charge a little bit for the facility, but I try and give it. It's 2 hours. I'm expanding it to 4 hours this year because of all the additional things I've learned, and it's just been fantastic.
What have you learned as far as being there? I mean, you are really, as Anna said, you're in the heart of Studio City, basically. Have you had any challenges as far as, I know you said it, you know, you had some hits, but now that you have the book in your hand, has that been easier for you or not?
It has helped. It gets me in more. anything involving in, novels and authors, it helps get me in the door. There's
Yeah.
still that divider between Hollywood and the author, but I'm
Right.
chipping away at it slowly. So much of this is, and as we all know, is networking and who you know and meeting the right people and shaking the right hands. But it's building legitimate, honest relationships with people that I'm finding is been the most benefit and been the most positive experience. I've met so many wonderful people that I know the time for Mechcraft breaking into movies is coming.
Yeah,
It's
exactly. And you're
coming. Yeah, we
using
spoke about
Storyrocket.
it last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, Storyrocket is
We
fabulous.
loved it. I mean, we're going to get ready to go on to see your pitch package, and then you're going to
Yes.
pitch live. But we're going to see your pitch package first. So we're going to bring it up, hopefully, live. And I have to say, you know, pitch packages are a work in progress. It's always changing. And when I first saw this, I told him, my God, your pitch package doesn't reflect the greatness of your project. Let's get it a little bit better. And so he added a cast wish list, which is awesome. He added also an additional video. Let me see if I could pick this up, because this is how brilliant he is as a marketer. So he's got Jennifer Marshall. She's a working actor from Stranger Things and Timeless. And he got her to do a video pitch. And people say, well, you know, I don't know an actor. I don't live in LA, but okay. But do you know an influencer? And that could be an author that's, you know, made it big, that has, you know, a lot more followers than you have. An influencer can be almost anybody that, you know, that if people look at it, it gives it credibility. And, you know, he has access to stars because he's in Hollywood, and that's awesome. He's using it for his favor. But there's a lot of ways to use influencers. So another thing that I wanted to do with your project, just to show, you added a PDF sample, which is your 5 pages, which you didn't have before. You started on page 1. You know, producers want to see how you write, and also to see if you capture them. So that is awesome. So I'm going to get out of that. And then the other thing that I wanted to see was your character wish list, which completely also changed this. And when I saw this, because his main character is a 15-year-old, and when he built this and he put this together, I just so loved it. I said, okay, now I see the whole story. Now I get it. And your log
brings
line
it to life.
Yeah,
so it really makes a difference. It makes a big difference.
Yeah.
A big difference. A teen singularity is hunted by relentless enemies for his shape-shifting nanotech ability. It's the Matrix meets Harry Potter. I love this. You get a sense for it from the get-go. You know, producers look at log lines, and you know, this is really, really awesome. Let me see how many people have viewed your project.
It's been quite a few.
Yes. I think it was 202.
Yeah,
202.
There was.
So
and you have 2
appreciations. And 2 appreciations. Appreciations are so hard to get on Storyrocket. This is not like Facebook where everybody's giving hearts. They're really hard to get. So I told them, you know what? You're so close. you're knocking.
You're knocking on the door.
I feel it. I feel it. But you know, the perseverance is the name of the game.
Yeah. Determination, like what we talked about at the start. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
That quote at the beginning was fantastic.
Yeah. You built, okay, so just walk us a little bit, everything that you've built. So you have a screenplay, you have a script, right?
Correct.
For a TV series?
The script is a feature, but in my I call it the franchise Bible. I do have a TV series idea that can stem off of the trilogy that I'm writing. Not only that, but I also have a graphic novel series idea to take the female teen character. Her name's Bex. I want to do a side story with all her. She's almost more compelling than the main character. But I also have board game ideas, video game ideas, even a trading card game idea involving this universe I've created. It's all about world building.
Great. Which really, that's really where it is right now, isn't it? That you have that whole complete package. Definitely.
Thank you.
I feel like, yes, I feel like he needs to pitch to
Again,
us.
remind us how many years you've been building this whole franchise?
This Mechcraft began with an idea about 5.5 years ago, and spent half that time on the script and marketing that, then the other half of the time on this novel. And the novel's been the one that really took off.
Right. And it's so great. I said that in our first broadcast that whenever you talk to different people, how they make it, everybody has a different story. There's no, straight path that anyone can follow. Everybody has to follow their own path. Deborah Bluestein last broadcast, she talked about journaling and how journaling took her to create her book. And you created your book out of script writing. So like I said, there's many ways of getting there. It's a matter of really being tenacious that you have something that's worthy and just staying on it. I know you're going to be great. And I can't wait to be on your premiere.
Thank you.
There you go.
All right.
There you go.
So
Yes.
are you ready to pitch?
Oh,
Yeah, it's
man.
time.
See, trial by fire.
That's where you've learned the most. It's time. Yes, it's
Ooh.
time.
Well, we're gonna count you down. We're gonna say together, ready,
Yeah.
set, pitch, and the clock will start. So, ready,
Set, pitch.
Hey there. Mechcraft is a science fiction novel set in modern day Los Angeles where it's about a story of teen Jake London who discovers he has the ability to summon forth nanotechnology in his DNA, and that makes him hunted by nefarious groups who are relentless in their pursuit for him because he's everybody else who has this ability, whereas he was the first ever born with the Mechcraft. And that makes him highly sought after because nobody knows what this wild card will be able to do, and that might offset the war that's been stalemated for the last 20 years in Los Angeles. Jake's journey takes him through in Orange County with his agents at his side, teenager Bex and Trent, trying to stop the relentless Sasha from trying to take him for her own ends. And it's with the ideas of the Matrix and Harry Potter with a little bit harder edge to it maybe, but it's definitely designed for that blockbuster crowd.
Great, and
I'm
you still
done.
have 20 seconds to go.
And ta-da.
It's the band time.
You know what? That was a lesson I learned a few years ago. My friend knows about it, where I was at a presentation. We were given 20 minutes. This was at South by Southwest. And
Yes.
I was done after 12 minutes. I had run through my whole entire deck. I had nothing else to say. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I still got to fill 8 minutes. So I almost danced on stage. I'm not kidding you. And
Hey, that made all the difference.
Stretch.
yeah, and the next person comes behind me, gives a 5-minute presentation, also had 20 minutes, and he just dropped the mic and says, okay, guys, that's it. Done.
Said I've said all that I can
Do
say.
that.
Wow.
Why did I do that? All right, so it's time to talk about your pitch.
Score. Yeah.
Oof.
So we score on the quality of your concept and the quality of your pitch. So the quality of your concept is, can we visualize it in a certain medium? Is it a strong story? Are their main characters well described and engaging? What about the conflict? What's driving the story? What about the world? Do we believe that world? And so many other things. But so that's one part of it. The other part of it is your pitch. So, how great are you, I guess, selling your story? I love, and I want to say that because a lot of people ask, do I use comparison or not when I do a pitch?
Yeah.
Right? That's a question I get. What should we or should we not? And I said, if it's appropriate, do use it, because producers want to see things that are different, but also that have a similarity to something that has worked before, because they want to take the risk as little as possible. And you did that. You went ahead and you say it's like this and this, but it's not exactly that. Your story is completely different. I love the world that you're creating. I think I can visualize it. I can visualize this also as a blockbuster movie and a series. So, all Are we ready to give a score? Let's
Yeah,
score.
yeah.
Ooh.
Are you ready?
I'm talking,
yeah.
I'm
I
talking,
did. Yeah. So for me, I think that, Brian, you gave great images in my mind, and being such a visual person, I know exactly where you're headed. I have almost a little ET type movement, as far as those opening scenes. It's like, oh, that's really amazing. All of that great imagery. As far as your pitch, I love that you talked about this, Anna, the comparison thing, because in the book world, that can really kill a book deal sometimes when you say, well, it's like this and it's like that. But in the Hollywood world, you definitely do want some of that. And it is a big risk, but I do like that you did that, because it does bring two different forces to mind. But I did say, use your time. Use your time. This is, your only time you have. So that was my thing.
Okay,
All right. So
are you ready?
What did you give him? Ready?
I gave him, a 9.
Okay.
And I gave him a 9.5. And
we're right there.
head on.
Yeah.
I will take it.
We're not next to each other, right? So Danielle's in Houston, Texas.
Yes.
I'm in Miami, Florida, and you are in LA. So there's no way that we're cheating on each other. This is what it is.
Nope.
My friend, you've got something really strong.
Yeah.
I congratulate you. We love your pitch. I enjoyed talking to you. Even before this, I enjoyed speaking to you.
Yeah, it was great.
All the things that you've been doing. Hey, just keep it up. And we're going to send you some love here too. Some story.
Yes, we are. Yes, definitely. You deserve it. And congratulations on all of your success. I know that there's more for you.
Do we want to hear maybe some comments from the crowd?
Yeah, let's do
Anthony?
it.
Okay, Anthony says, let's see it. Anybody else want to comment? Anthony says, well done, sir.
Sir.
Thank you.
Love it.
Thank you.
And he knows a little about this. His mom is one of the authors on Storyrocket, and she's got an amazing trilogy. Anthony is, it's called the Rossini trilogy. And Anthony has been by her side, just promoting her stuff. I love Anthony. Thank you, Anthony. Anybody else wants to say something that's not me and Danielle?
Any comments, any questions? Yeah, they're all eating lunch, right? They're all having lunch right now. It's very hard to do this. Yes, it's very hard to stand up and to pitch in front of a live camera and to really bring it home. And you've done it very well today. So thank you.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Storyrocket as a whole, because your site is fantastic. And thank you for inviting me to this event. This has been fun, a lot of fun.
Oh, thank you for being a great part of our community. This video is going to go out, so a lot of people are going to see it. And you asked me for that. You said, hey, my friends can't make it on, but can I have the video? You will have the video. The video goes out to thousands and thousands of people. So, look at Ron. He's saying, I'm sold, ready to read the book. It's
Excellent.
on Amazon, folks. It's on Amazon.
Very good.
Very
good.
All right.
Just a side note. Last week was the 1 year anniversary of the release of the book, and on Amazon, the ebook went to #1 in hard science fiction.
Oh, fabulous. Yeah,
so,
congratulations.
Thank you. Took a snapshot of that. It was
James, look at this. This is such a small world. James Hill writes, I met him a couple of years back.
Oh, see,
yeah.
It is small. Yeah.
This world is so small.
It
so
really
small.
is.
Thank you so much. Before we leave, I want to tease our next Facebook Live. It's going to be March 21st. Just, look at us up on Facebook again, and you'll see it. Help us spread the word. Send us. This is your community. Send us pictures. Send us comments. What do you want to see? And email us. Where do you email us? It's at general@storyrocket.com. You can send us pictures there. You can send us comments, what you want to see. I know we got a comment earlier on today about someone. You promised us about the log line.
Oh, yes. We're getting there. We're getting there. We promise.
We're going to get there. Yeah, we're going to get there. I promise you, we have not forgotten. I just want to put something really great together for you guys. I think that's it for today. Can we bring Brian back for some Storyrocket love and say goodbye to him. We never said
Sure.
goodbye.
Woo! Hey, I'm back.
All right,
Take
my
care.
friend.
Very
Thank you
good.
Thank you
so
so
much.
much. Thank you, guys. Wait a minute.
Thank
Storyrocket
you.
love.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Story Rocket love.
Awesome.
Goodbye, everyone.
Have a great day,
Have a
guys.
good-
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.